back to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Angel Baby Kyra. Make sure you like and subscribe. Follow my Instagram and TikTok. So today's video has been long overdue. I'm trying to catch up on all the topics I wanted to talk about. Today we're going to talk about why I'm not surprised with Lizzo. I'm not going to do a full recap of the whole situation. I will briefly mention things. I'm using a Vox.com article about it and the situation and just key points that are with the situation. And I do want to say first and foremost that like no matter what, body shaming isn't okay. SA obviously isn't okay. Exploiting your use of power is never okay. And we keep seeing this a lot with celebrities. And I don't really understand why people are shocked. I knew from the start that Lizzo was never about body positivity. It was always about body positivity for Lizzo. At least that's what it came off to me. And yes, her messages and her songs are on paper good about empowerment and body acceptance and things like that. But I feel like it was overdone to the point where like she made that her whole basically brand, which is like it's fine if you do, but like it just felt very overcompensating. And I was never a fan of Lizzo. I just don't like her music. It's just not my cup of tea. I never really got like the appeal of her music. I've seen a lot of people just body shaming and taking this as an excuse to body shame her, which is like not my intention, and I hope it's not anyone else's intention to watch this, because body shaming is something that I feel like almost everyone has gone through, whether or not you are the one that's being body shamed or someone has body shamed you. I just said the same thing. I meant to say if you're the one that's body shaming someone else. With Lizzo's platform being so big, she has like other things that are like kind of minuscule compared to this. Like she had the thing with the Postmates guy and then she like just, you know, got them fired or whatever. And I wanted to read her Instagram post addressing this situation so we kind of have like some context. So these last few days have been gut-wrenchingly difficult and overwhelmingly disappointing. My work ethic, morals, and respectfulness have been questioned. My character has been criticized. Usually I choose not to respond to false allegations, but these are as unbelievable as they sound and too outrageous not to be addressed. These sensationalized stories are coming from former employees who have already publicly admitted that they were told their behavior on tour was inappropriate and unprofessional. So basically, these dancers that are part of Lizzo's team on tour, being her backup dancers, are Crystal Williams, Ariana Davis, and Noel Rodriguez, and they basically have a lawsuit against Lizzo's special tour, and it includes Lizzo, Quigley, and Big Girl Big Touring Incorporated, and some of the claims were made by all three of them, while others are only made by the individual people. The civil lawsuit was filed in Los Angeles Superior Court and can result in monetary damages to the plaintiffs if it were to move forward and defendants were found liable. Prior to filing the suit, Davis and Williams had been fired from the dance troupe, while Rodriguez said she resigned over how poorly her colleagues were treated. Allegations made against all three defendants, including a hostile work environment that featured sexual harassment, a failure to prevent or remedy sexual harassment in the workplace, and failure to prevent or remedy religious harassment in the workplace. So basically, these dancers have experienced sexual harassment, which is obviously illegal in the workplace and in any case by that matter. And also it says religious harassment, in which to my knowledge is that one of the dance leaders or the dance leader was super religious and tried to like put her religion and Christianity onto these dancers and made them feel bad and blah blah blah. But like I said, I'm not going to get fully into detail. I think that all of this again shouldn't be a shock to anyone. I just feel like obviously Lizzo is a brand. Lizzo is a facade. Like literally every celebrity musician that's out there has a brand, has a PR team. They work 24/7, harder than Kris Jenner, and it's obviously to maintain the facade of said celebrity. Like Lizzo obviously does not want this to get out, which it has, and Lizzo does not want to stray away from what she has presented and has well maintained over the years. I feel like a lot of people saw through it, including myself, but she got a lot of attention obviously because she's a plus size pop star, which you don't hardly ever see. You only pretty much see just thin white pop stars, and the fact that she's plus size and a person of color, I think that just really made people gravitate towards her regardless if she wasn't really what she said she was. From personal experience, when I worked with a designer, we actually had to come up with designs because Lizzo's team reached out to him and basically commissioned him to make the outfits for Lizzo's dance team and Lizzo herself for her tour. I think it was on Netflix or something. I don't know. I forgot what year it was, but it was when she was going on a big tour. Anyways, so we were super excited, and basically what happened was that every time my designer had a meeting, he would just be like, the team is super like unprofessional, they're super quick, they didn't know what they want, but they got mad at you because you don't know what they want and they're expecting something from you, but you can't produce what they want because they don't know what they want, like things like that. When I heard about like Lizzo not being what she says that she is, doesn't really surprise me at all. Like, her team is super difficult. It was just a whole mess of thing, but we ended up finishing the designs or whatever and sent it in, and her team liked it. Like, it just not the friendliest people, you know, which I mean, I feel like people are gonna be like, you kind of have to expect that in this industry. Like, people are gonna be like super nice to you, whatever, which like I get that, but it's like, if you're from Lizzo's team, I'm like, wouldn't you like try to like represent what Lizzo is? Like, don't you like, I don't know, do you guys know what I'm saying? So the lawsuit is super significant because it also highlights the lack of accountability in the music industry and working conditions in the music industry. And I know a lot of people are rolling their eyes like, oh my god, if you have a job in the music industry, that's your fault that you didn't finish school and blah 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 blah, you need to get a normal job, blah blah blah. I heard it all. The music industry and having a job in the music industry is a job. Being a musician is a job. Being a content creator is a job. Being a YouTuber is a job. Being an influencer is a job. So we do have the right to address poor working conditions and just the lack of accountability with abuse in the music industry. Just with everything that we've seen, like with Kesha, with Lady Gaga, with Scooter Braun and Taylor Swift, like there's just so much lack of accountability just due to the kind of work that we are in, where people don't really, I don't want to say they don't really care, but it's not to a grave extent as if we were working a 9 to 5 in an office and someone sexually harassed me and I reported it. You know, like we have the same thing every day and we go to our job 9 to 5, whatever, at the computer. Then when you take it in a music industry standpoint, if you report this manager essaying you, you're looking at potentially obviously ruining that relationship business-wise, ruining other potential business relationships, other potential opportunities with labels, other managers, with PR teams, with other artists to collab with brand deals. So I feel like there's a lot of things at stake when people do make these claims, such as the dance members of Lizzo's troupe. So it says long hours, difficult physical labor, and short-term contracts are common, while institutional oversight of individual artists isn't always present. Other artists, including Cher and Britney Spears, have been sued by their employees in the past for alleged discrimination and battery, respectively. For example, Cher's case was dismissed and Spears settled her case. But the sort of workplace described by the plaintiffs lends itself to harassment and exploitation, says Martha Davis, a law professor at Northeastern University. In this case, for example, there are not clear lines between employees' own time and their jobs while on tour, which I find this very relatable. As being a social media manager, it's kind of hard to find a line between work and like your own life, because it's like they might ask me, can you post this right now? And it's like, I'm not working right now, but I'm kind of on call all the time and creating content like all the time. I kind of get that too, and it's really hard to like separate the boundary between work and then real life. It says the lawsuit has felt more surprising to some fans given the public positions Lizzo has taken on promoting women's empowerment and celebrating plus-size bodies. Aspects of the lawsuit, such as alleged statements concerning weight, appear to directly contradict those stances. So with this, I do want to say that Lizzo also like had like shapewear or something, so we were also a part of that, and just creating the basic, what do you call it, like design, so they would have to like take it to someone else and like get it made, get the pattern made, and do all the manufacturing like that. So we did work on like her shapewear line, which I think it's like Yeti or something. I just think that like people don't understand, like you literally can, a fat person, still be fat phobic. Like I say this all the time on TikTok when people leave me hate comments and they're like, how am I being homophobic? I'm literally gay. Like you can literally still be homophobic. I don't get like the disconnect. Like you literally can still be homophobic even if you're gay. You can literally still be transphobic even if you're trans. Like just because you're one thing doesn't mean you aren't another. They aren't very like, I want to say mutually exclusive, but I don't think I'm using that right, but you guys know what I mean. I just think that Lizzo is in deep shit right now. And I don't think she's really gonna like out of it. And there's this one song that she has, and it says that her song Rumors, it says have taken on a different tenor in the wake of the lawsuit. In that song she refers to people trying to sue her, mentions non-disclosure agreements, and sings about not caring about legal matters. Again, very shady on the part of Lizzo. I just don't think that's like a good look for her. Now we can see like kind of her true colors and what she really believes and stands for. I think first and foremost, Lizzo just stands for body positivity for herself. No one else, just Lizzo. Because if she can body shame for dancers, telling her like, oh, you must not be caring about your job anymore because you put on some pounds, what is wrong with you? Like honestly, like what is wrong with, like, I don't know if like the fame got to her head and she thinks she can do whatever she wants, but if she thinks that like body shaming other people, while she should know firsthand what it's like to feel body shamed by people, and it's like, but then you're like their employer, you're like their boss, and of course they're gonna be scared of you. Of course they're gonna like know that you're holding their source of income over their head while you are making like millions. I don't know, it's kind of scummy and grimy. Like I said, like her team is very unfriendly, just didn't care about anything, and it was very stressful trying to come up with things for them and like getting their approval and stuff. And it's like Lizzo didn't really have like a, I don't really think she had like a say in like what she was wearing or whatever, but they're like, give us Black Panther, but then also give us like, call it like Showgirls, like Gilmore Girls or some shit like that. And I was like, all right, like we didn't really know like what to do. But I don't find any of this surprising, like with the whole Colleen Ballinger, Ariana Grande thing that's going on, Lizzo, Illuminati, like it doesn't really surprise me. That's why I'm like really wary of people who make like certain topics their whole like identity, because it always comes off like super disingenuous, and I'm just like super, I don't know, I'm just super wary of people that like overcompensate a lot, you know what I mean? Lizzo definitely screamed red flags at me. I just didn't understand why, but now I understand why. But yeah, I think that's the end of this video. I know it's a little bit more, I just haven't had time to like script, and I've been feeling like very like unmotivated. But I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Let me know what you guys think, and I'll see you guys later. Bye. Like, I don't know now. I don't know.